Austin Langman, and welcome to the next edition of Austin Weekend. Here is Dad, and we are here to review the animated movie, The Angry Birds movie.
The Angry Birds movie, yeah.
It's based off the popular app game.
Which it really didn't dawn on me until today that this movie is based off of an app. That's got to be the first, isn't it?
Yes, that has to be a first.
That's got to be the first. A movie based off of an app that really tells you what times we're in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the story of Red living his life in a bird village.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pigs come.
There's just a very few angry birds. Almost every bird in the village is just a happy-go-lucky, nothing's wrong birds. But there's a few group of birds that are angry birds, and Red is the main angry bird. And then the pigs come to visit. Mm-hmm.
And then all of this stuff comes around.
The pigs try to act like they're friends to start out. But we know what they're all there for.
Yeah,
they're going to be bad guys. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you played the apps, you probably understand what's going on.
This movie follows the apps exactly the way the apps play. That's the way the games go. Except for the pigs look to be friends starting out. They come in as friends and then they turn out being bad guys like we know they are. So, but it plays just like the app does. Yeah.
What do you think of this movie?
Well, I went into it doubting it a little bit because most video games, and this was the first app movie. Most video games,
Ratchet and Clank kind of gave us
it was down a little bit. And it's hard to get a video game movie that's actually good. Most of them aren't that good. But this one was actually pretty decent. I was pleasantly surprised. I went into it sort of on it, and it was actually pretty good.
It's weird that a movie based off of an app is better than a movie based off of a semi-popular video game.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I said there's not been a whole lot of video games made into movies that were really awesome. Very few. Mm-hmm.
This one had a lot of moments too.
Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of adult-ish humor in it,
which can appeal to the adult audience.
Yeah.
It isn't like Food Fight where they put it in randomly in one scene after another.
No.
But
I didn't know, was Angry Birds PG or PG-13?
PG.
PG. See, I thought it was PG, but it's a high PG. It's not, Disney Wonderland movie. It's got some adult humor in it.
But I like it because it appeals to the older audience, so the adults won't get bored.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that sort of I noticed going throughout it was whoever made it was obsessed with rear ends, because it was a pig rear end, it was a bird rear end. Somebody was always shaking their rear end at the camera. So
I thought that was amusing.
It was amusing, but it was repetitive throughout the whole movie. The pigs did we won't give away a whole lot, but the pigs did a cowboy dance. Which was, and it was pig rear end shaking in your face, and there was a lot of bird rear end shaking in your face and stuff like that. So
everybody loves the rears.
They love shaking the rear end at cameras. So yeah, but it had a lot of humor pointed at
the adults.
The adults, yeah.
It isn't just for kids. It's about time we got a video game movie that appeals to both audiences instead of just one.
It is sort of nice when the director gives you a little bit of comedy, so the parent that brought the kids can enjoy the movie too, not just start going.
Yeah.
So
now, how do you think about the animation style? The
animation style was pretty good. I wish I could go back and look, but it had a lot of similar animation styles to the Kung Fu Panda series. It might have had some similar people.
Kung Fu Panda.
One of the best ever.
One of the best movie trilogies ever.
Yeah. But it had a lot of similar animation to that. I thought, especially with the eagles in the movie. Won't give a whole lot away about him, but the eagles in the movie, especially him, he had. I felt a little bit whenever his big scene was there. I sort of felt a little bit of the Kung Fu Panda animation coming out in it. And I could be totally wrong. It could have just been somebody making it that likes the Kung Fu Panda series stuff, but it had a little bit of feel of that to it, which was good. Who was your favorite character?
My favorite character? That'll be hard to choose.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to take Bomb.
Bomb's pretty cool. Of course, Bomb is the big black bird.
I liked playing with him in the games, and I liked him in this movie too.
He blows up everything, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just like a big bird does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or I don't think he could be considered. Oh yeah, there's penguins, and flamingos.
Mm-hmm. He was definitely a blowing up bird, and Terrence was the. If you remember playing the video game, the bird that you could throw that was a huge, big, giant bird, just a boulder to bowl over everything. He was in there, and his name was Terrence.
And he's the big, quiet.
Big. He doesn't speak through the whole movie hardly at all, but this big, giant bird.
Grumpy looking.
The bird who shoots bombs out of her butt was in it. And the boomerang bird was in there for one scene, basically.
Yeah, he was in there for one scene, and he just
the yellow bird that knocks stuff down a little bit better than the
rest.
Than the rest is in there, and he
plays a good role in it.
Yeah, he's sort of the comedic, instant comedic
I'm
relief.
surprised
of it,
that Bomb wasn't the comedy relief in this movie.
And then you get the 3 bluebirds thrown in at a point too. We won't tell you where, but they've got just about all the characters who are there. They got King Pig, and all of them. So a lot of dynamite, which is cool. If you're going to play the Angry Birds, there's
gotta be TNT.
There's gotta be TNT everywhere. So it followed the app pretty good. So I was actually pretty pleased with it.
What do you think about the writing?
I said it was pretty good. It followed the app, and that's all you could ask for. Really, that's all you wanted.
Talk about a faithful adaptation?
It was a faithful adaptation of it. Yeah,
and that's something you rarely get nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of times people will watch cartoons or video games, and then they'll just go make something completely different than what it is, just on their own.
Last Airbender.
Dragon Ball Z. Anyways, this was actually a pretty good movie. You wanna go ahead and give it a rating?
I feel like it's a little too early. I'll add in one short thing.
What do you got? What do you got?
What do you think about the voice acting and what stood out to you?
No, I said the voice acting, everything went along pretty good. It was Jason Sudeikis was Red, wasn't he? He did a pretty good job at it. He was angry, and he had a good angry voice for it,
Yeah.
So it all went pretty good there.
But I won't spoil this one funny scene for you, but I'll just mention this.
Mm-hmm.
This one scene with the bird sign in the trailer, if you've seen the trailer, it has a pretty funny...
Yeah. Yeah, whenever Red is getting mad at the Be Happy sign. The whole scene of that is actually funnier than the preview is. It's pretty good, yeah. There's a lot of one-line humor in it, too.
But it's done to an extent that you can enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Explain the rating to them.
Rating 1 being completely and utterly horrible.
Clap.
Say it again.
Clap, clap, clap.
Say it again.
And clap. And
10 being the best thing
ever.
Say it again.
And ever. And 0 being
Food Fight.
Food Fight. The only movie we've ever watched that deserves a 0.
And it's putrid.
Now, we always pick something from the movies. We don't give them stars. We pick something from the movie to give them. So, what do you want? I guess we'll have to use eggs on this one.
Yes, we're going to have to use eggs. We're going to have to use
eggs because the movie was based on eggs. So,
just like the games.
Now, 1 being crap.
Say it again.
Crap eggs. And 10 being the best eggs ever.
Say it again.
Awesome eggs. How many eggs do you give Angry Birds?
I'm gonna have to think about this one. I've been really. I can't really think of a good rating here. I would probably give it about an 8. It held to the app good. It was pretty good story. It was pretty funny. Wasn't the best thing ever made, but it was a movie that you can enjoy with your entire family.
It might even get up to 8.2 or something like that. But it was a good solid 8. It was a good solid 8.
I'm gonna give it the nudge to the 8.1 mark.
Mm-hmm.
It was slightly better than an 8.0 in my opinion, because the movie did a lot of things that were faithful to the adaptation of the apps
Mm-hmm.
that made it's pretty much the grandfather of all apps.
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah.
We forgot to mention that earlier.
Yeah. It's one of the first apps ever.
But if you haven't watched this movie yet, or if you haven't considered watching it, if you've played the games a lot, go right in.
Yeah, it'll follow the game just like you used to play it. It's pretty awesome.
Combined with nice animation, some good funny moments, and likable characters,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna give it the nudge.
Yeah, we're gonna give it.
The awe.
It's all inspiring. Now, what are we, coming up next? We're actually a little bit behind. We're gonna watch the X-Men Apocalypse movie for you. We'll be reviewing that. We're gonna be reviewing one of our favorite cartoons ever.
One of my personal favorite shows ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, and Eddie.
And Eddie. We're gonna do a little cat dog too. We've got some more stuff coming, so be sure and hit the
Like
and the
subscribe button.
Be sure and hit throw a comment down there.
If you want us to suggest anything.
If you went and watched the Angry Birds movie and you want to throw a comment down what you think about it, if it's something different than ours, that's cool. Everybody's got a different opinion. But go ahead and if you want us to review something for you too. We've got a couple. I know we've got at least one more request we got to do for Cade, my man. There we go. So,
Yeah.
so other than that, I think we're done, right?
And see you next week.